There's even more games coming out in the second half of this month, starting off with Maestro. You may have actually tried this in early access completely free. This puts you as the conductor of an orchestra, lets you use hand tracking, you can even grab a chopstick if you really want to feel like you're doing it up, and was for a while one of the highest rated games on the Quest store. People absolutely loved it. With the demo still being available on the store even right now if you want to try it early before it comes out, 1,600 people gave this thing nearly a 5-star rating. 92% of those are 5 stars. People saying they can't wait for the full release. This is good. They're really going to love the game. People getting really hyped up about the full release of it, even though there's going to be a price tag. But other people pointing out it is a work in progress. For a demo, it only has one song in the tutorial. They wanted more. People saying that they had some issues with the calibration, the timing, and people complaining about how there's not enough, although now the full release is going to be there for them. $25 and no pre-order discount, so you might as well wait till after, and then maybe you can snag a referral discount on it. But October 17th, if you're interested. Does It Stack is gonna win my prize for having the weirdest trailer depicting a dad on the toilet playing VR and then their child coming in and taking over and playing mixed reality in the bathroom also with them. I thought it was really weird how when they announced the shot of the trailer, nobody seemed to question how odd of a choice that was for a trailer. But basically, Does It Stack is a physics-based VR puzzle game where you craft increasingly absurd towers that joyfully defy the laws of physics with all the wonky stuff in it that you can use to help build them up taller. It's been available for a while on Steam, and it's now coming to MetaQuest. Whether you want to play it in VR or mixed reality in the bathroom. Interesting choices. I hear way too often we don't have enough driving and racing sims in VR, and ExoCars is coming to try and save us from that problem. VR buggy racing puts you first person racing these cars with real physics, suspension, and what looks to be a realistic hands on the wheel driving experience too. Fast paced, but it claims that it can push the limits even of the Quest 2 that it's also launching on and keep a solid frame rate to help people not get sick while they're driving these. The colors and the visuals look really solid, although as we've seen before, sometimes these track racing games come out and they are a blurry mess because the Quest can't handle the actual game. Let's hope with the new Quest 3S launching and now all headsets having the same chipset that will start to be a thing of the past. A big one we've all been waiting for, Batman Arkham Shadow, finally launches this month. A Quest 3 exclusive, but now with the 3S, it's also going to be available on a cheaper headset, and it comes bundled free if you buy a 3S or you buy a 3. This puts you in the Batman universe, Arkham Shadow style, makes you the Batman with wild punching physics, different gadgets. You're hunting down the mysterious Rat King, and I actually got to go try this early up in Seattle, got to check out the build, and if you're looking for a game that's fun but also an intense workout, this could be the game for you. It's going to launch at $50. It's not a cheap price, but this is a full Batman Arkham game designed specifically for VR. And from the early stuff that we've seen already, this definitely is a contender for VR Game of the Year. We'll find out more as people get it, and we really get to see how many hours they can get out of this game and what they can enjoy. But this is definitely a day one for me and something for you to watch out for too. Definitely not its own game, but Meta Horizon Worlds is starting to advertise their events like they are a separate and big thing. NBC Universal is actually making a Monsters Arena, which is a PvP game where you can go up against each other as Dracula, the Wolfman, the Bride of Frankenstein, and these are limited time events, so this is basically for Halloween, running from October 20th to October 31st. There will be links to all the games and the events down below in case you're interested in stuff like this. This one has something where you can click interested and it will remind you, although I'll say personally, no, there hasn't been an event yet that's dragged me into Horizon Worlds, but I know a lot of people out there really love it and say some of the live events are really cool. Drakkar has been in early access for a while and is supposed to finally be coming out of early access here soon. This is an adventure role-playing game where you are casting spells using hand tracking and not controllers. With tons of different spells, this has been in early access for a while and giving it a bit of a lower rating at about a 3.8 rating. People saying it puts you in a powerful world of magic, people saying that they do like it, people saying it's cool but they'd rather have motion controllers to make the gameplay a bit more seamless, and then people in the lower reviews saying they paid for it originally and now it's free, but now that it's going to launch, it's going to get a price back. People saying it just isn't working. People saying it's not ready. Clearly, it's still in early access. Hopefully, if it's getting a full release here soon, we'll see that these bugs have been ironed out and this is ready to be fully played, or maybe they will add in a motion controller tracking option so that you don't have to be fighting with the bugginess of hand tracking. Vendetta Forever I got to try a little bit of in Germany. It's currently up for pre-order at $25 coming out October 24th, but right now you can try the 5-level demo free if you want to see what it's like ahead of time. It works on a unique mechanic where you shoot your enemies and when they die it moves you forward through the level, kind of like a stop and go pistol whip in a way. Advertises its ultra stylish strategic shooting. And for some insight into how the game is so far, the demo itself currently has 4.6 stars with 42 ratings. People saying it's fantastic, they can't wait for the full game. People saying it's a delight, the best game on Quest yet, and with very few low written reviews, people saying they had some trouble grabbing the weapons, there needs to be more accessibility to the game, and it's still a bit clunky. But overall, great reviews, a demo you can try out right now. Vendetta Forever is one I'm watching for. Band Space is another game I got to try some in Germany, and this is basically VR or mixed reality rock band. Different instruments, you can play multiplayer together, and it's all built around being able to play these instruments through VR. Most of them are pretty easy to pick up and learn. The guitar was a little bit trickier than the other instruments, but unlike Rock Band, there is not peripherals yet for this that you could use like actual drum sets or anything, but it does feel really good even just playing with the controllers in hand and seeing the world around you. Another game in the coming soon category, but hopefully that means we'll be seeing it sometime in the next month or so. Dig VR looks to move into that realm of exciting simulator that is just satisfying. It advertises as you can master the machinery in the game, and you can even pimp out your ride that you're using, different customization and skin options for it, and there's even progression from little size diggers up to giant machines. This looks like it could fit right into the satisfying category with like Power Wash Simulator or even shaving stuff. I'm excited to see this addition to the store. Underworld Overseer is up for pre-order with a 25% discount, bringing it from $20 down to $15. This is a strategy game top-down, and it launches just in time for Halloween Day itself. You get to be the powerful Overseer, and you're building and managing your own underground lair. You can design dungeons, traps, you cast spells, attract a bunch of minions, and basically fend off the waves of adventurers. 18 uniquely designed levels, they say, each about 20 to 25 minutes of strategic gameplay, meaning this should give you a lot of mileage out of it. We'll see on Halloween. Human Fall Flat, you might remember from its viral sensation times as a flat game. Well, there's a VR version coming now. Coming soon, we don't know exactly when this one's supposed to launch either, but a third-person view designed specifically for VR headsets. It's got all the classic Human Fall Flat levels now in VR, and says it's really going to shine when you party up with friends. But this casual puzzler is rated extremely well in its flat original version over on Steam, and hopefully it's going to translate just as well, if not better, over to VR. And with more strategy surprisingly dropping on Halloween, Triangle Strategy, a simulation strategy RPG, a top-down game with a unique, chunky anime style of art with a mixed reality mode that does look really good. The type of game that normally I probably wouldn't pay too much attention to, although after Demio changed my whole opinion of top-down strategy games and turn-based combat, this might be one to watch out for even if you're not into these kind of games normally. It has voting mechanics where you have to convince your allies to support you, strategic battles, and Square Enix is involved in this one, which we've seen some great VR games from them in the past. There will be plenty more games that'll pop up that we didn't know were coming out this month, but with Connect just happening and all the developers preparing for holiday, it seems like we've got a solid holiday lineup of a lot of games coming. Although I know I've thought that before, and then games come out and disappoint one after another. Hopefully that's finally changing this holiday season. But what do you think out there? Let me know in the comments down below. What are you excited for this month and beyond? Obviously, we're still looking forward to games like Behemoth and Alien, hopefully by the end of the year. But thank you for coming out here and being with me day after day as we publish more videos to make your VR life more interesting. And I'll see you in another reality.